Okay, so let me just kind of let you see where I am. I'm kind of hanging out by this giant tree. Not too far away is St. Lawrence's church right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to be following this particular street right here called Padre Antonio Street. And here's also Lorenzo's Street. But we're going to be going down towards Lilau, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like. And I'm just kind of hanging out here. We have this nice little bench. I have this beautiful banyan tree beside me, and I can just kind of hang out. And we're going to start right here before we do our walk. So stay tuned for that. And we got Padre Antonio Street coming up. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. So yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out here, playing with the camera lens. And I guess I might as well give you some reference to where I am exactly. So this is St. Lawrence's Church. That is St. Lawrence's Street, Rua de São Lourenço. It's got this beautiful tree right here. And you got the church right here. So if you were watching some of my other videos recently, I was actually focused. It's in construction as well. We'll check that out too. I kind of want to show that off as well, so you can also see. So this actually goes all the way up to Rua Central. This is kind of a main street in Macau historically. So they would have been like kind of a commercial shopping street, and it would go all the way down that way to Lilau Square, basically. That's the governor's mansion right there, and then Praia Grande Street is over one more that way, so you can see the ocean, and the beach would have been right there as well. So historically people would have walked down there, but what we're going to be doing is going down this way towards the Lilau Fountain. And the other reference too is that I did a couple other videos recently where I was showing some of the historic areas where some of the artists used to live, and they were both just south of here, just a little bit. So that's kind of some history about this area. There's St. Lawrence's Church again. Let me just capture this real quick. Here it is in English if you're curious. 1560. So originally built in 1560, 1846. That's when that would have been the years that Chinnery would have been doing all his watercolor paintings everywhere in this area, especially around this church and down the hill. There's a street named after him. Grand Praia Grande is that street down there where the ocean is at, that I was just pinpointing to you. And let me see. Portuguese sailors used to gather on the front steps of the church to wait for their safe return. And in Chinese, it was the Hall of Soothing Winds. It is kind of a breezy here. You can feel this nice breeze here, so that is actually kind of interesting, especially if you sit around this banyan tree. There's a lot of beautiful energy right there. So you'll feel, I can see the soothing winds references. Okay, now we're gonna get down to Lilau real quick. These are how they do construction in Macau. So they put up all these bamboo scaffolding. And then you can just kind of climb up there and get as far as you want. So instead of like a ladder or some other way, they'll just use bamboo. We're gonna cross the street and we're gonna come back to that in a moment. And then this is São Lourenço Street. So that goes all the way down. Kind of a cool building. Let me just catch that building real quick. Yeah, somebody was telling me that this tall building, you could actually go in it and get all the way to the top. It's like somehow it's open a little bit. I need to check that out. I might contact him and see, get more information. Okay, so this is the scaffolding right here. And so this is Padre Antonio Street, which would lead into Central Street. And there's another church up there. There's a lot of churches in this area. So Lorenzo's here, and then the next one will be coming to me later. And then there's about four that kind of all lined up in that way. Let me kind of come across here real quick. I'm going to try to get across because the other street doesn't have the cars on it. So let me try to get through here real quick. yeah. You see how that has all the cars on that side? I usually try not to be there because then I can't capture the street very well. So if I get my choice, I like to come down to where the cars are not at. Some little things about Macau, you'll see these posts pretty much everywhere in the city, which is kind of good because they'll separate the cars from coming up on the sidewalk. Because otherwise people might, maybe historically, a lot of Asia anyways, people will park on the sidewalks and park in a lot of places that you don't really want them to park. And also the safety of pedestrians, because it is a very pedestrian oriented city. Let's see if we can walk across here. Okay, so we're going to keep on following this way. There's our street name, Rua do Padre António. I hope I can capture that street later because I'll use it as a thumbnail. But this street does go into Lilau, which is a tourist site attraction area. Let me see. Let's kind of see what else we got in here. Kind of drawn to go to the other side real quick. Just want to show you this real quick. So when I did a couple other videos, there's our street right there. So that's called Rua de Padre Antonio. So this is that street right there. And then this particular street right here, this goes into the Seis Casas patio and the Luxiao patio, Magre Tigre, George Chinnery. So this has like a lot of historical references to some artists down this street, Travessa de Abrao. So that's kind of the opening into that space right there. So we are going to come back this way. And let me just kind of see here. And Lilau is straight ahead. Kind of want to be on the other side because of the cars that are parked here, but there's actually some kind of interesting stuff on this side, so felt like I kind of needed to come over here. One of these little patios. This is Patio de Padre Antonio. It's named after the same name. I have walked in here. It ends right around the corner, and these little patios are usually little self-contained areas. This is it's like a fruit. It's like a bread with a fruity taste. So if you could get like a pork chop bun with that bread on it, it's like having a fruit on your pork chop bun. Okay, so Lilau is right up here, so we're just about up there. Now I feel drawn over to this side, so we'll head over to this side. Okay, so Lilau is quite close, and actually that's the end of Padre Antonio Street anyways. There's our street name right there, Rua de Padre Antonio. You can see it right there. We have to get across here. Via Agave. That's kind of cool. That's actually the name of the famous Portugal, the most beautiful part of Europe, possibly. Agave is like the beautiful beaches with the cliffs. So the fact that these get that name, to me, kind of says it has one of the coolest names. Oh, this one is, so I guess they're different names. So this is the Flor Villa. Oops, sorry. So Flor Villa, and then the other one is Algarve Villa. So they have different names. This one, and then this one will be Porto. So this is actually named after another city in Portugal as well. And we're gonna come down real quick, and then we're gonna be at Lilau, and it'll be the end of the street as well. Prado. I don't know what the Prado reference is. I don't know what that reference would involve. Anyways, we're gonna cross the street again. Speaking of Portugal, mainland China is really well known for wine. So here's yet another wine place. And you can see all these corks. European cities. Naples. I just saw a street in Naples there too, which was just recently in Naples, so I got some videos that are coming up with that as well. So this is Rua de Padre António, and that's Lilau straight ahead. So we're gonna walk into that church real quick. Before we do, this is the street right there. That's kind of cool. You got that fisherman as well. So we're going to walk across it. And we also have the other reference here too. So this one right here. So Rua do Padre António. And then you got that really nice corner like that right there. And then this one goes into the Mandarin houses as well. So we're going to try to capture that a little bit as well. Which would be, so yeah, this actually changes as well. So this is now called Bara Street, Rua de Bara. And it has a kind of a little bit of a different feel to it. And then this is Lilau. So this is kind of historical center of Macau. Let me just see if we can find the English one. So here we go. So they kind of talk about it a little bit if you wanted to find out more about it. But Lilau has a famous well over there as well. A bit of a traffic jam right there. I think they wanted to stop here, but that's also a bus stop. This one's blocking the traffic right there as well, so nobody can come through that direction. Kind of a, but kind of beautiful in a way too. And then this Lilau, you got a kiosk right here, and then you also have a fountain down here. And I have filmed this a number of times, but that's the fountain. And I think that fountain will have something about let's walk over there real quick. Got badminton. So I think this fountain has something like a reference to anybody that's tasted the water of this fountain will stay in Macau forever. There's a saying around here. And actually I have walked all the way into that area before, and I saw the source of the Lilau well. But anyways, this is kind of a famous area, and this whole community historically would have came all to this well to get water. So this would have been kind of historically significant. Kind of want to go up that Lilau again. It's kind of cool as well. They're doing a pretty good job. Amazing. So there's the kiosk right there. That kiosk, there's they usually sell, they're open right now as well. And there's actually a typhoon coming later today, category 8, so a lot of things will be closed later today. This is typhoon season. It's September 1 today. So there's Lilau. And this one goes up to Peña Church. So there's another church up there. And this is our street right there. Rua do Padre António. Beautiful street. So you got a lot of beautiful architecture right here. And then Mandarin House is just down that way a little bit as well. Okay, so let's end it right there. So beautiful. Kind of opens stuff to 360. It's like there's actually so many photogenic shots right here. There's trees right there. Kiosk. Okay. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets.
minha.